What was your reaction when you heard you got traded to the Chicago Cubs?
I was super excited. Obviously there was a lot of things floating out there, and just sitting through it. You just look at this team, kind of where they're at, and this, for me, this defense. It was probably one of the best places I could have came. So, super excited to join these guys and this team, and just get in the fight with them.
We've heard a lot about guys being excited to pitch in front of this defense. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, but did you have like specific memories of like plays you saw live or in video review that you were like, that's the group I want to play in front of?
I mean, there's too many. I mean, obviously the infield, Pete in the outfield. I mean, it's just, I feel like people around the league, the Cubs have got really good defense. Obviously you see them play, and it's special. So, a guy like me, that's what I do. I'm a sinker ball guy, rely on, the quality of contact, and just to be able to trust the defense like that, and know that's what you have behind you is a freeing thing. And so, obviously this is a great place to pitch, just this atmosphere here. And so, super excited. I mean, as a player, you want to be in meaningful games. You want things to matter. The fans here, they care, and just to be able to join a team that's looking to do something special here is going to be really fun.
How are you feeling right now?
Feeling good. I got 6 ups in 75 pitches last time, so I feel healthy. I'm ready to do whatever they need, and so I think we'll sit down at some point and figure out what that is. But I'm healthy and ready to go.
After you did that, did you feel that you were going to be moved after that?
After what?
After you had your last rehab?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there was a lot of talk about it, and I knew the chances were really high. I was just glad that I was able to throw that last outing and stay on schedule. Kind of been a little hairy if that would have got pushed back, and I'd have been on an 8-day. But I think just the fact that I was able to stay on schedule sets me up good, here going forward. And so I'm glad I got that in, and I'm feeling really good.
Clay, is the flip side of missing some time that you might even be stronger down the stretch and hopefully deep into October?
Yeah, that's what you hope. You never want to get hurt, obviously, but especially the fact that it wasn't an arm injury or upper body injury. I mean, you feel really good about kind of where you're at right now. I was able to get a lot of good training in. And so, you hope that pays off. I put a lot of work in to be in a really good position when I came back. And, it's coming back, and it's a sprint here for, the last 2 or 3 months. And I feel like I'm in a spot where I can, really just give it all I have, and I feel like I have a lot to give.
You had a lot of experiences, bullpen guy, closer before. You're going to start here according to Craig, but, as you get into the playoffs, are you open to different roles if needed to go into those when you go into a deep playoff run? 100%.
I think you want to do whatever you can to win a ball game at that point. I think that's what makes the playoffs so fun. Is it's really not about one person. It's not about a role. It's about what do you have to give, and what can you do for the team to win. And so, whatever it is down the stretch, whatever need a starter, the bullpen. I just love being out there when big outs are needed, and whenever that is, I'm all for it.
Clay, what do you make of this pitching staff that you're a part of now, with you being added to it, Gausman being added to it, plus all the guys who've been here all year?
It's exciting. I mean, there's a lot of good pitching here. I mean, there's a complete team. You have the defense, the lineup, the pitching, and I mean, just to see the roster, it's an exciting group. Obviously, there was a couple additions. There's people in the IL that's coming back that are going to be huge additions, and so I mean, the pitching's up there with anybody. So I think it's exciting. It's just really exciting to be a part of.
So when they sit down and talk to you, you feel as if you don't need any more rehab starts. You feel like you are ready to make your next start in the majors, right? Pretty much.
Yeah. I feel like I could have made this past one in the big leagues if I needed to. And so I feel like I can get outs in the big leagues. There's definitely more that goes into it, I'm sure, than just kind of exactly where I'm at. But if that's what's needed of me, then I feel more than ready.
You've got a relationship with Ben Brown that goes back away. Do you know any other guys around here? What's it like to be back chopping it up with Ben?
Yeah, it was fun to see Ben. Obviously, we did some work in the off season together, and yeah, obviously David Peterson played with him this year. It's good to see him. There's a lot of guys I feel like I've seen around and heard and know through friends, and just to kind of meet the guys and to see what the vibes are here. It's been great so far.
How would you just describe what maybe like even the last week has been like of the duality of like you're focused on your rehab process and yet knowing the trade deadline's coming and what that might mean for your future in New York? How did you balance those kind of two things that can be kind of pressure filled in their own ways?
Yeah, it was it was odd having those two timelines kind of come together at one time there, and you're trying to make your way back to the big leagues from an injury and just kind of where the team was at. You knew that the trade deadline was probably there was probably going to be some selling to be done, and they were going to make some trades, and it's definitely it was to have those two to come together at one time was different for sure. But I think as a player, once I started to get within my 5-day routine, you find that routine is kind of like an anchor, and you kind of you do what you have to do that day to stay focused. And I knew I was coming back, and I knew there was going to be an end date to the rehab, and really it was just doing what I could, within my routine to be the best I can when that day was come. And so, I feel really confident and really prepared about kind of what I've been able to do. And for that to be here with the Chicago Cubs is going to be just going to be amazing.
From afar to see what Peterson's done since he's been here, the success he's had, and kind of working with this group, does that kind of reinforce that idea that ground ball guy in front of this defense with this group, kind of what they can do with a pitcher like that?
Yeah, it's been obviously I saw Petey when he was at his best last year, and I knew it was in him. It's just a matter of time, and I think for him, just a couple simple tweaks, and then obviously his strength too is getting the ball on the ground. So it seems he's been able to find that, and when he gets the ball on the ground, especially with his defense, he's going to be really good. We saw what he did last year in the first half. It was impressive watching him every fifth day, and so if that's the Peterson that we have, that's an incredible pitcher. So I'm happy for him, and just as happy to see he's back to being himself.
How energizing is it to come to a team that has very clear championship level aspirations for itself?
Yeah, that's what you want to play the game for. You want to win your last game. It's really, you put in all the work, you put in all the preparation, you forge relationships to be a team that that wins it at the end, and to know you have a real chance to do that, especially at this point in the season, is energizing. I felt it before in my career, and I've lost the World Series, and there's that hunger of wanting to be the last team standing, and so for me personally, to know that I have a real chance to do it here these last few months is all you could ask for. I feel like I'm in a great spot and just want to give everything I have and do whatever I can for this group because it's a special group.
What do you think Taylor can bring to the mix here from what he's been doing?
He's been hot. He's been swinging the bat really well. He's a gamer. He's a winning player. He does all the little things right. He plays defense. He watches the game. He runs the bases. He's got pop. He's a winning player. He does all the little things right to help teams win ball games. And I'm obviously super happy for him that the run he's been on, and I think this is going to be a great place for him. And happy he's still on my team.